What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and tonight on tonight's Shitcoin Showdown, we have, I think, 5 or 6 coins that we're going to talk about. A few requests came in, so we're going to go over them all. I'm going to not leave timestamps in the description. If you want to like kind of jump around and see where these coins are, you know, I will tell you what order I will do them in to give you kind of an idea as to when in the video they will be. I won't spend too much time talking about each of them. I'll try to keep them more or less concise as to the time frames, but I will give them an honest look. And we're going to start out with, for Mr. Mannequin Tabheems, we are doing ZCX Unizen first. And then for my man Chocolate Cookie, we are doing ICP. We're going to talk about ICP right after that. Moving on from there, we will do OLAS, Autonolis, and TAO bit sensor for Mr. Felton Alves. And after that, we are going to do, what is it there? WAXP, WAXP for Mr. Robert Lellis. And I believe that's it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins that we're going to talk about. Yeah, starting off with this one here. So without any further ado, let's just jump into it. If you guys like the video or you want to see more content like this, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you'd like to do that. It's much appreciated, you know. Anyways, here, let me turn up. I got to turn up my brightness. I'm sure it doesn't matter for you guys because you got your own brightness settings. But all right, there we go. It's more visible. So looking at this thing. Mr. Mannequin Tabheem, you were asking. Remember, it will go touch $60 US. That's what. Maybe I said that at some point in my video last time. I don't know if it's gonna touch $60. I wouldn't bank on that, but it has the potential. It definitely has the potential for that. And the reason for that is if we go here on ZCX Unizen and we look at the market cap, its market cap is only $33 million. Only 33, but I mean that is a very low market cap in market dynamics, you know. 33 million. If you were to do a 10x, that gives you 300 million. A 100x, 3 billion, and a 1000x would give it a $33.7 billion market cap. A 1000x from here at about 56 or 5.6 cents would take it around $60. Yes, it is possible that it could go around $60, but you know, I don't know if I said it would go to $60 or not. I don't remember what I said in my last video, but I will say that from top to bottom here, our 1272 extension is at $30.60. 1414 is at $64, and the 1618 is at $190. And any of these are possible by the end of the bull cycle. I would say the more likely ones would likely be here, so somewhere around $30 to $65 to be a little bit more refined. But it does not have to go to $60. Even if it doesn't go to $60, it does half of that. That's still miraculous, man. That is still absolutely miraculous, right? That is still a 522x, essentially, something like that. Let me see here. Get this going. Where are we at here? Sorry. Got to make sure I got my camera on right. There we go. So that is possible, you know, as far as fibs go, that is possible, and as far as the market cap goes, that is an achievable market cap. I will say I wasn't too fond of this. I don't remember too much about my last video, but I do remember that I wasn't too fond of it. But looking at it now, it kind of looks like a nice double bottom, right? You've got volume coming in, beautiful to see on KuCoin too. That's nice, very nice to see. But the thing that has me a bit hesitant is you are finding resistance here at this previous area of support. You had so much support here for the longest time. You broke below it. You came back up with heavy volume, and actually you didn't come up with heavy volume, did you? You bottomed out with heavy volume, and now you're coming up and finding resistance on this line. All in all, it's just a lower high. I wouldn't get too excited yet. It is possible that this thing could go up higher. Let's see. Finding resistance at your 236. I mean, it is possible it could go up to the 382, but it really could turn around from here. Let's get a more immediate fib on it and see. Kind of in that 382 area, right at that 382 area. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not too convinced that it goes above this line yet. I think this is just a check back. We're finding resistance on a previous area of support, and then we'll come down, and likely what would happen after that. And the reason I feel confident confident and comfortable saying this is because I think a lot of cryptos are going to turn down soon. So little market cap coins like this are very prone to huge drops afterwards. And you might see new all-time lows on this. And where that could take you from low to high here, that could take you all the way down to about 2.227 cents, somewhere around there. And here you are sitting at about 5.6 cents now. So that would be more than a 50% drop from here. You did find resistance on your 618. Let's see. You came down. You broke above it on your first shot. You really disrespected the hell out of the 618, man. I really would say that the possibility to go here is there. You very well could have bottomed out here. It is pretty much double bottom territory, so you very well could have bottomed out here as well. It's kind of hard to say. Let's look at some more indicators and see if we can come up with a better answer. Yeah, you're finding resistance not only in an area that you found resistance on your price, but also in your RSI here. If you can get above the 50, that would be good. If you can get above this previous area of support and break above it, that would be good as well. So look for that. Again, that area would be somewhere around, I would say, let's do weekly closes. I like to go off closes. So that'd be around 6 cents. If you can get a week to close above 6 cents, I think you're in the clear. I think this would look very good for a double bottom. If not, you might come back down and you might be forming some kind of descending triangle, right, where you have this structure here. You come back down, and then that time you probably would break it, and I would think that would send you down. Let's just see what the measure move would be for all intents and purposes here. Yeah, I guess that's where it would be. That would be very low. I don't think you're going to get a measure move off of it, but I do think it's an inherently bearish formation that you have here. I mean, to be fair, maybe this isn't even part of the descending triangle. Maybe it's this right here, and you've already broken out of it, and you're back testing your descending triangle. Like maybe this line isn't even a thing. Maybe it's this descending triangle that you've broken out of. Let's see where that would take you. You know, let's see. That would take you down a little bit below 2 cents, which is kind of near that area that we're talking about. I don't know. RSI looks weak. You got some proving to do before I'm convinced that this is a double bottom, though it is a good look right now, but that can change very quickly. You are below the 50. Yes, you are below the 50 on the long term. You're above this purple line. That would indicate, in my opinion, a very good time to sell. You are increasing in price with decreasing volume. Not a good look. I definitely would think that this is probably a good area to sell. The RSI has had a nice little run up. You are in this kind of uptrend, right? You have higher lows and higher highs coming in. If you break out of this, I think that would be one of the first indications that you are probably going to go lower. So lower is what I would expect for this thing. And where does it go? I mean, looking at this from like a more relative fit perspective, you know, I think at the moment you're going to just slowly but surely make your way down. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. That's when I say slowly but surely. But if you wait a few months, it might seem like it happened faster than it does. I would think that you're going to go somewhere around 3.4 to 2.8 cents. And these deeper extensions actually line up with that overall 1272, right here, from, if I can get it, low to high. There we go. Yeah, your 1272 lines up right in between that 1886 and that 2272. So somewhere down there wouldn't be too out of the question. You don't have to go all the way to that 1272. You could find support at this 1618 or even at this 1272. But I do think it's going to go lower. That's my genuine interpretation at the moment. I'm not convinced that it's done going lower yet. You want to convince me? It's very simple, very, very simple. Just get a week to close above 6.1 cents. Get a week to close above that. Not a day, not a 4 hour, not an hourly. Get a week to close above it. Don't wick above it, close above it. If you can do that, then I will be a lot more convinced. I definitely will be. But the fact that your volume's declining as you're coming up, that's not a good look, man. That really is not a good look. So not encouraged at all by that. The 4 hour itself looks a little bit more bearish than the daily does. The daily RSI, not to be completely fair, doesn't look bad. This is probably your most bullish thing right now. This does look good. So you do have hope. You could even come down a little bit lower today or tomorrow, whatever. Find support at this 60 area. Kind of bounce off of this like ascending trend line on the bottom of the RSI here, something like that. Bounce off of this area here and then continue to go higher. That could happen. And that would look really good. You'd probably get a really strong move that would take you above 6 cents because you're very close to it now. But at the moment, I don't have hopes. I don't have hopes for this thing. I do think that it goes down. You have a bearish engulfing candle here. with all the volume in the world compared to any of this move, and it's still decreasing volume off your highs, right? But like most of the volume came in as you sold down, so I don't know. Volume can be deceitful. Every buy is a sell, every sell is a buy. But yeah, man, looks like it's coming in now as you're coming down. You still haven't broken out of this overall range with your price either, so there is hope, but I would think that it goes down. What would be conclusive that it's going to go down? I've already told you what's conclusive on it going up, but what would be conclusive on it going down would be if we get below about 5.4 cents. If you can close a day below 5.4 cents, or let's see, maybe even if we get this here, this might be another way of looking at it. Maybe even down here below like 5.1 cents, get below this line here. Truthfully, from a structural standpoint, I would say below this line, but from a fib standpoint, that if you break below the 382, likely you're going to go to this 618 and 69, and then you'd break through this line with that. So it just depends. It really does depend. You know, you can break this line and there could still be hope if you bounce off your 618, but odds are, in my opinion, you probably are going to go down. I don't like the way this thing looks, and with the rest of the sentiment of the markets right now, I do think that it goes lower. So that's just my opinion. I think this is probably literally the local top in a series of lower highs that we have, and that's really all I have to say. There is huge potential for this thing. I don't know enough about it, but there is huge potential for this thing to see some growth in the coming bull cycle, and that's because it's such a low market cap coin. And it's on an exchange like KuCoin, you know, which isn't the highest volume exchange, but it's enough volume where you can at least get your orders filled, whether you're getting in or getting out, which is nice. But will this thing even break above its previous all-time highs? That's a question. You know, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not saying it's going to go to $60. I'm just saying, you know, from top to the current low, let alone if it goes down to about 2.2 cents, right? That's what I was saying, 2.2, something like that. You know, your 1272 is right there at 35. Your 1414 would be at 80. Somewhere in that range would make sense to me if you were to break your all-time high. But you have a lot of proving to do before then. You know, you have a lot. This 618 to 69 area, you have a lot of proving to do. Really, it might even be the 786 area, kind of this 786 area. This previous, I'm going to delete the fib now. This previous area of resistance when you first started off, if you can break above that, we can start talking about new all-time highs. But until then, it's a guessing game. And on the bright side of that, you know, even if you bought here all the way up to there, that's a 30x, man. That's a 31x. That's nothing to be ashamed of. So definitely potential one way or another. Will it do a 1000x? It has that potential. But again, as I've said with all the coins that we talk about that have very low market caps, you know, I've named off like probably 12 coins on this channel that have 1000x potential. It would be a miracle if even one of them did a 1000x. So don't get your hopes too high. But anything's possible. Anything's possible. With that, small amounts of money, huge reward merits small risk, right? Do not bet the farm on this thing. The time to bet the farm on this thing is when we prove ourselves up here. And I know that might sound counterintuitive, but if you're going to make a shit ton of money off of buying down here because it goes all the way up here, why bet a shit ton of money? You know, if you can make a shit ton of money with a little bit of money, why bet the farm? Bet the farm when it's more of a sure thing. Right now, it's not a sure thing. That's all I'm going to say. So probably down at the time being. I do think that it reaches new all-time lows before seeing any kind of significant move up. I do think this is just another lower high in a series of lower highs. That's really all I have to say. So moving on, we are going to talk about ICP for Mr. Chocolate Cookie. ICP, Insane Clown Posse. If anybody knows. If you don't, do it for the homies, man. Let's see here. Maybe ICP. Is that the most data that we have? I think so. Okay, I feel good using it on Coinbase here. Volume is declining. You are breaking out of this kind of flat base that you had, right? I think the last time, maybe not the last, I feel like I made a video on this. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did it in a live stream or something like that. You are breaking out of this range here. Maybe volume will start to pick up as you move lower. It'll probably be a lower spike in volume. You'll have declining volume. As you break out of that range, you'll probably have found your bottom and start to move up or something like that, just like a rough guess. It does not have to happen that way. This thing can just keep going down into the abyss. I don't like the way the chart looks. It looks a bit terrible, to be completely fair. I really don't like the way that it looks. I know a lot of people, I've heard a lot of talk about ICP, but I personally, I don't like the way that this chart looks, you know. And I can be wrong. It can start looking good really fast. Let's see what its market cap is. ICP Look at this. If I sign up, they're going to give me a little gift, I think. I don't know. $1.3 billion. $1.3 billion, really. I don't know. I don't know about that. Infinite max supply. Fully diluted is $1.5 billion, and you've been around since like the middle of the last bull market, and you've only gone down. I don't know about that, man. Let's see what this thing's done. Put it in logs so it's easier to see. So its all-time high in market cap was like 37 billion. Let's just say it was. I can't get it exactly. I want to get it exactly. Let's try and rewind it here. There we go. $53 billion. 53 billion, and we're at 1.3 right now. So let's just call it like a 50x. A little bit less than a 50x, right? What would that be here? A 50x, right? Because that is a 10x. No, that would be a 10x, and that's a 50x. Yeah. So that would be up here. I mean, to go all the way back, when is this? This is back in May of 2021. Again, it'd be a little bit less than a 50x. This is back in May of 2021. So look at that, man. Just to get back to its previous. So its all-time high here, what I'm trying to show you guys is that its all-time high here in its market cap, May 10th, 2021, whenever it came out, at least as far as coin market cap is concerned, was $53 billion. We're worth 1.3. Let's do the math right now, actually. Google. That way I'm not too far off. I want to get, we're going to talk about numbers. Let's do it. So 53, right? It was, come on now. 53, 53 is right on the money. Okay, so $53 billion divided by 1.33, is that what it is? 1.3 billion. Okay, so 1.3. I think that's right? Okay, so that's that is approximately a 41x. Let's call it a 41x, okay? So 41x from, again, May 10th, 2021. This week right here was the week of May 10th, 2021. And it's not a 41x, is it? No. It is a 221x. To achieve the same market cap as you had on your all-time high market cap, you would have to hit a price. I hate things like this, man. You'd have to hit a price that's, let's see, how much lower is that? Actually, it was a 41x, right? So we're going to go down. We're going to bring it down to $123, where, it started off up here. That's like an 80% difference from where its previous all-time high in market cap according to its price before. So it's got an infinite supply. I don't know what the scheduling of this is. I don't know if a lot of coins got released early on and now they're slowly like depreciating the amount of coins that are being released in the markets, but it's an infinite supply. So I'm assuming there were a lot less coins whenever it first came into existence, and there's a lot more now. Hence the reason why instead of a 50x in price for the same market cap, we would be seeing a 200 and something x. Like that's just insane, man. I hate things like that, you guys. I'm not a big fan. So before we even get into the TA of it, I just got to say, I don't like this thing. I don't like it at all. I don't get what the hype is. I'm sure that the people that make this coin and that participate in the ecosystem, I'm sure they're the ones that are cashing out. And that's fine. But for a speculator, for a person who invests, that's not ideal. You're going to take my money and sell it so that you can keep your organization running, which is fine, but like that's, again, only if you're participating in the ecosystem. That's why this thing's going in a straight line down. Now, I would assume, you can see how it's moving down, and it's starting to move down less fast here. I would assume that there is some kind of phase of accumulation going on. Maybe there are less coins being distributed into the market. I don't know the tokenomics behind this thing. I don't care to. I gave it my first little like fundamental analysis. We'll actually get into the technicals now. You are oversold in your weekly RSI. Can you go lower? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can go lower. So how long can you stay oversold for? I mean, with little ticks above, you can stay oversold for a while. You've done it before, so you are freshly oversold. I think that you might, and you also just kind of broke out of this flat base here, this bottom here. I do think you have lower to go. How much lower? Let's see. From bottom to top here, 1272 coming in at 263. You're at $2.94 right now. So I do think that would be the first area to look for support. It does look like you're finding some significance on this fib, which is nice to see. You bounced off the 618, came back through on the second attempt, and maybe it's like the third attempt you went through. I would call that like one attempt, like retrospectively looking at it. I don't know. Maybe that is like a few attempts, to be fair, which isn't common. It really isn't common to like bounce off it a few times and then come down. But all in all, this is kind of like one attempt. I don't know. I feel like I'm nitpicking. So anyways, here we are down here. It's very likely that we're going to go to 263 at least. If not, down to $1.93. That's about a whole dollar difference from where we are now. That's like a 30% or more drop, right? Right. Yeah, 33, 34% drop, with the potential to go lower than that even. Definitely has potential to go lower. Let's see what extensions it's liked before. From bottom to top here, you like your 1414. Hey, look, you even found support on that same one. You're finding support on this one's 1618. Right now, I do think it goes lower. I think that this, this is smaller, this is bigger. I feel like this is the more relative thing. 1414. Okay, let's see if there's another one that's like significant from bottom to top here. You didn't really find it. You got it on the 1618, so that's 2 for the 1618 there. That's nice. Deeper extensions though, right? Not the shallow ones. So I would think, I just in my opinion, you probably do go below this 1272. I think somewhere around $2 just below it is where this thing's going to go. And then does it have hope? Could it have a good bull market? I think it could. If they quit pumping coins into the market, if they are fully diluted and they just cut off the inflation, man, then yeah, I think it could have a good bull market. I don't think that it's going to do a 200x. I don't think that you're going to see these prices again. Let's say it goes down to about $2, right? This previous all-time high, or not all-time high, but this like first high that you had after going down straight, that was about a 36x, or that would be about a 36x from here. And with the current market cap that you have, that would put it at like a $36 billion. That wouldn't be too far away from what you opened up with, you know what I mean? So I don't really know, man. I don't know enough about this thing, I guess, to judge it by its distribution of its coins. Maybe it's done distributing them. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comments. But I feel like I've said all I have to say on this thing. I think it goes lower for the time being. Potential for good things in the coming bull market, but I doubt it's going to be a top performer. It does look like there's interest in this thing as far as volume goes, but let's just see. Actually, it looks like that, but let's see. 18 million at a price of 8. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad. There's definitely some money being in it. I mean, not recently, but there is some money going into it. But again, that could just be the participants of the ecosystem getting their rewards and selling off. Which is exactly what this chart looks like. I hate it. I really do hate it. So that's what I'm going to leave it with. I do not like this thing. Buyers beware. I don't think it's for speculators. I think it's for people who are involved in the ecosystem. No offense, no hate to the people involved in the ecosystem. Make your money, do your thing. But I am not touching this thing with my friend's 10-foot pole and any of you pushing. I'm like that. That is just, I'm not doing that. Let's see here. What's the next one that we're going to talk about? The next one is for Mr. Felton Alves. We were talking about OLAS, 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 USD. Come on now. I don't think that's right. Is that right? Is it OS? Oh, did you typo it, Felton? I got OLAS, man. Autonolas. I'm going to type in Autonolas. Let's see if that... Autonolas. OLAS wrapped. Oh, it's on a DEX. That's why. Okay. We'll do the USD pair. Right? We'll do the USD pair. Here we go. On the weekly, it's going up, man. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks down. They look small, but are they small? No, that is a 63% drop all in all. So this week here was 23%. More or less small. Not too big, but for crypto, it's pretty small, right? From a low point to a high point here, finding support at your 236 with the idea that most crypto is bearish. I would think that you come down to your 382. There's not a whole lot of data to go off of on this thing, so I can't give you the most accurate information, but I can give you like my best guess. My best guess, if this was to be bullish, is you'd find some kind of support on the 382 and then go up from there. Unfortunately, from the current price that we're at right now, that would promote a 47% drop. So definitely far from over. A lot of volume coming in at the top there, and it's on a DEX. Now the thing is with something like this, we're doing it's OLAS, right? OLAS. Let's see here. Probably a very low cap coin. OLAS. It's not even on here, man. Is it? Is this it? OLAS. I don't know. I really don't know, man. Doesn't say. OLAS USD coin market cap. Now hold on, wait, 0.7. Nope, definitely not the same thing. Let's go to CoinGecko. Maybe it's got it on CoinGecko. CoinGecko, CoinGecko. Verify human. Okay, let's see. OLAS. There we go. Number 479. Market cap of 34 million. Max supply, infinite. Circulating supply versus total supply. It has a lot to dilute, so I don't like things like that. But again, that doesn't mean that it's destined to just shit the bed like some coins. But I don't like that. That leaves room for, like, how is this thing done? How are the tokenomics on it? Let's see if tokenomics data for this coin is currently unavailable. Maybe we could look into it. I don't know. Let's give it a genuine look here. OLAS token, OLAS network, crypto's ocean of services. Get involved. AutoNation, oracles, relayers, messagings. Ecosystem, maybe. Open autonomy, yeah, tokenomics, there we go. Come on, CoinGecko, how do you not have it? They got it right here, man, let's go. Maybe that's why, because you can click on it and it doesn't do anything. Maybe that's why it doesn't. Okay, there we go. You just have to click on it 100 times, apparently, so, or maybe just be patient and wait for it to load. Show appreciation for the value of autonomous service by making a donation. The protocol donate tokenomics. Okay, what tokenomics? What are you talking about, man? This feels like a scam, man. The protocol will reward devs who have contributed code for that service. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Donate and connect a wallet. So it's not there's no, like, that's not tokenomics, man. Maybe I'm ignorant, but this doesn't say anything about your tokenomics. I don't like it. I don't like that. I would say this might be a scam, you guys. It very well might be a scam. It might not be. It might not be. You know, maybe they just don't have everything put together. It is on a DEX, you know, after all. Like, maybe I'm missing something and I don't understand. You know, at the moment, bullish kind of looking chart. You are, like, moving sideways, flagging out. You haven't dumped off yet. I bet you would go lower from here. That would just be my automatic kind of presumption. Low to high here. See, now this low to high, this was like your first day mania low, but I don't know. You opened it up here, you came all the way down here, so there was price. I don't know. I really don't know, man. Maybe we take it from this low, because this is like this move here. I would think you go lower. I would think you go lower. Maybe you don't go there super fast. Maybe you take your time going there, kind of how you are now. Sometime like before the end of the year, you see a price around like 57 cents or lower. Maybe you do go all the way back down to your 618. Previous area of resistance, find support on it, something like that. Previous area of resistance on this 382 though. So I would think lower. That's my honest opinion on it. The RSI looks weak. Looks like you're rejecting the 50 area. I do think it goes lower. I think it goes lower. But again, I don't like this. I think this is the second coin in this shitcoin showdown that I would just say probably stay away from. But it's not financial advice. I can be wrong, man. I've been wrong on coins before. I can be wrong on them again. This is something that does not have my curiosity. My biggest curiosity with this thing is, what are your tokenomics? I've never seen something like, let's see. App is provided as at your own risk and without warranties of any kind. I hate this kind of I mean, obviously you're going to have no warranties, but it reminds me of EOS, man. Anybody remember EOS? It literally said this token, this community, this project does not promise to actually do anything. Like it literally said that in their white paper. Like, we don't promise to actually achieve anything. We just want to go for it. I don't know, and that's why it's irrelevant now. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like it, man. I feel like it looks like a 5-year-old put it together, and I'm sure I'm not trying to insult anybody. You know, I might be ignorant. I might be the 5-year-old, and I might not understand. But what tokenomics? Like what? Let me see. Before we move on. Max total supply. Apparently there is a max total supply. It's not infinite, which is nice. It's a very high max total supply, though. I don't know, man. I don't know enough to know. Code registry, no. Governance. It's a decentralized thing. I don't know. It could be the next big thing, to be fair, but this looks like somebody put it up to take your money. Yeah, like that's what it feels like. This doesn't seem legitimate to me. I don't know. Maybe you can make money on it. There are people who made money on a bunch of scams in crypto, you know, and they weren't scammers. They just caught the scams at the right time. Maybe this is one of them, but I would advise caution. I would stay away from this. So sorry about that, but I don't like this one at all. TAO bit sensor. BitTensor. We're gonna do it. TAO USD. BitTensor on Mexico. BitGet? Maybe BitGet. Yeah, let's do BitGet. Okay, this one's also for Mr. Felton Alves. Looking at this here, very small chart. That's okay, you know. Looks bullish to a certain degree. You have higher highs and higher lows, but there's not a whole lot to go off of, right? Is there? You got higher highs here with decreasing volume. I would expect that you do, in fact, see lower lows to come. Maybe you come down and you form a double bottom, right, in this area. Maybe you do. Maybe you go lower than that. I don't know. Let's see. We'll give it a more in-depth look in a second, but from bottom to top here, you are finding support at your 618, coming back up and finding resistance on your 0.5. This is kind of like classic stair-stepping. I would expect that you come back down to your 618. Maybe you break through it, maybe you don't, but personally, just off of first glance, I would think you go lower. Maybe you see extensions, maybe you don't, but something probably lower than the 618 is what I would expect. So I do think it goes lower. Looking at the daily here, hidden bearish divergence on your RSI, right? You have a higher high here, a lower high in price with a higher high. Like, that's the highest in volume that you've had with like the lowest peak that you've had, excluding this one here. I think it goes lower. I do think it goes lower, personally. 4 hour. 4 hour looks kind of good, actually. You know, maybe before you go lower, you go up a little bit higher. You're moving up higher with decreasing volume, though. That's not necessarily encouraging. 1 hour bearish divergence. Yeah, the only good looking one on here is the 4 hour. So I think it goes lower, probably goes lower. Where's it going to go? Again, anywhere from like a double bottom to maybe it goes to $35 to $40, something like that. $35 to $40. Maybe it goes down to $22. That's possible too. Let's see what this thing's got. Please don't be a scam. Please don't be a scam. It's probably a scam. BitTensor. It's a BitTensor. Market cap, unknown. So we're going to go to coin market cap. First, let's see if it tells us the tokenomics. I doubt it, but yes, tokenomics are unavailable, so that's okay. Coin market cap. TAO. BitTensor. It's a BitTensor. The market cap, it's about 224 million, and they give a little caution sign because, let's see, CoinMarketCap is not verified that the project's market cap. However, according to the project, its self-reported circulating supply is this, with a self-reported market cap of that. Okay, so CoinMarketCap themselves can't verify it, but from what they've got, from what the project is saying, that's the market cap that it has. So that's a rather high market cap for something that there's not really a whole lot known about it. Let's check it out. TAO token, or let's do BitTensor. Bit tensor. Yeah. Internet scale machine learning, huh? Well, that's a nice little artistic little graphic, kind of. White paper, yes. Okay, here we go. As with other commodities, introduction, model. Incentive. We extend our native ranking tokens. Collusion incentive function, which limits peers. Should not reach consensus now. Assuming no group of peers hold more than the majority of stakes, system of peers can only attain inflation by working to attract votes from the majority. A core assumption in centralized systems like Bitcoin. Reintroducing our terms. I don't know. I don't know enough to know what it all means. Reaching consensus, running the network. Conclusion. Nothing about the tokenomics, huh? Environment. They definitely know English. Crucially, the benchmark measures performance as reputational. Not that you have to know English to not be like, obviously you can. There are plenty of people who English is not their first language and they make very legitimate and good projects, but it's just, I don't know, it's kind of funny. This is funny to me. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really about the tokenomics that I could see, so maybe I'm just ignorant again, so that's okay. But I don't know, man. I don't know enough about this thing to like call it legit or not. I would say out of the last 2 or 3, this seems like the most legitimate one. But I mean, there's that actually, at least to some degree, this looks like legit. As far as a white paper goes, like they actually put some genuine thought and work into it. It's not just some bullshit, right? Like this looks like a 2-year-old made it. Like it looks nicer. Other than like that's kind of cool, but like this is a lot more basic. But whatever. There's more to it, I would say, but I don't know enough about it to make an educated guess. It might be something that's legit that never gains traction. Who knows? But if its market cap is at 224 million and it has a total supply of this and it's a max supply of that, it has a fully diluted market cap would be 1.14. That's 5 times higher than what it is now, right? So I don't like to see that personally, especially in something that you don't know a whole lot about. This could be the next big thing, maybe it's not, but ultimately, guys, I think that TAO probably goes down from here. I think that it would go down, if not form a double bottom, probably a lower low than this here. So I mean, I would think, if not a double bottom, maybe a slightly higher low, if not potentially see extensions below. So where could you go? I don't know. Maybe anywhere from about $40 to $22. Hard to say really, but that would be my best guess. And then from there, maybe we can think about it going up, but too small of a chart to really have a good educated decision on. The 4-hour is the only thing that looks good. Every other RSI on every other time frame looks like shit. So that's all I got for that. Moving on to the next one, and our final one that we're going to be talking about on this Shitcoin Showdown today. Mr. Robert Lellis with WAXP Crypto. I think you also like decentralized cryptos, don't you? That's not... All right, here we go. I mean, we all do, right? That's why you're in crypto for the most part, right? This thing has a little bit more existence under its belt, right? Let's see, WAXP, USD, maybe on Bittrex, maybe on Binance. Sure, do we have it on Binance? Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Flat base, descending highs, probably goes lower. Looking at it here from an RSI perspective, you do have lower highs coming in the mix. You have higher lows, sure. You do have bullish divergence. Yes, you do. But it might have already played out, right? Here's where your divergence formed, right back here. and you actually already came up and you went above where that divergence formed. So technically, very technically, you were actually below this area of support right here, and you came up and you kind of found resistance on it, didn't you? So that's not necessarily a good look. You had a very big wick on this week where half of it was a wick, half of it was a candle body, so not a good look in itself. Lower highs and lower lows, man. I think it wants to go lower, which, surprise, surprise, that's a lot of cryptos. The daily RSI doesn't look half bad. And the price action right now, to me, it doesn't look half bad. Maybe you do get another stride higher. Maybe it's about around where this high is. Maybe it's even higher. I don't know. Maybe somewhere around this purple line you're at about 4 cents. Maybe you go to 4.64 cents or higher. Let's see. 4.6 is right at that 236. Maybe you do go to your 382, around 5.5 cents before going lower. Hard to say, because you very well could have just back tested this previous area of support as resistance, which would kind of imply that you are going to see some kind of drop very soon. But you do have bullish divergence on the weekly, which might have already played out. I mean, it's arguable that it has already played out. The daily RSI really doesn't look bad. The price action itself doesn't look bad, in my opinion. 4-hour RSI looks bullish too, man, honestly. So maybe in the more immediate term, you get a movement upwards, and then we can talk about lower prices. I don't know, maybe not, because truthfully, right, you got below this area, and now coming back into it, I feel like that would be a bullish thing. I feel like that really would be a bullish thing. But to really turn this thing around, without me stuttering on my words too much more, to really turn this thing around, you want to see a higher high first, but getting above this trend line would be key in kind of getting your hopes up, right? And we're not in the land of getting our hopes up yet, but I'm going to be fair. The 4-hour looks nice. The 4-hour RSI, yes, it's down here. It's below the 50, but what you have is you have lower lows in your RSI. Really look at this, right? It's got lower lows forming throughout, but you have higher lows forming throughout. That's hidden bullish divergence, and you tend to see that in uptrends, which you're in, on a 4-hour right here, you are in a little momentary uptrend. So I kind of like it. I kind of like it, actually, for an immediate move up. You very well could have actually found a low here. That might be that. I mean, at the all-time low, that might be the low there. You might have some kind of dysfunctional looking head and shoulders pattern where you have your left shoulder here, your head, and then your right shoulder. I don't know. It might not be a head and shoulders pattern. The volume doesn't make sense, and I mean it is ugly looking. Plus you got this huge wick here, but it does look kind of right for a bottom to me. Let's see what this looks like. Maybe on the weekly. From bottom to top. I don't know. I like it a little less because you're finding resistance at your 886 there. That would imply that you go to your 1272. I don't know though, man. Maybe you do have one more little pop up again somewhere. You're at 4.08 cents now. Maybe you go to 4.6 cents or even up to 5 cents. Maybe you have another move that takes you back up to here, and then you come down. But ultimately, I don't think it looks too bad. What's this thing got on its market cap? WAXP. I'm pretty sure this is a gaming token, right? I think I've looked into this before. I actually like WAXP, if I remember it correctly. Or maybe I'm thinking of Wax itself. Or maybe WAXP is off of Wax. I don't know. I think it's a gaming thing. Market cap 137 million. Yeah, that's nice. That's a good low market cap. You could see 100x in this thing for sure, a multi-100x even, especially if it goes lower. 1,000x less likely, a lot less likely. But let's just give it a little bit more from this low to this high here. Rejecting your 1618. Yeah, man. Let's see here. Let us see. I don't know, man. You did go a little bit below this 1886, right? You actually found, I'm going to delete this real quick. You found support just below it. You found support just below it, right? If we look here, what's just below that 1886 there, it's this overall 2272, which is right down there at about 2.35 cents. So maybe you do drop about 40% from here, right? That would be a 40% drop from here. Maybe not immediately. A little bit higher, a little bit higher. Come on now, right there. 42% drop. Maybe not immediately, but I think that you would. I think that you will go lower inevitably. Maybe up first is what I would think. From the shorter term RSIs, looking at it, I would think you go up, you form another lower high, and then we go down. And then we go down. Probably to form your actual all-time low, which again will be around, maybe it'll be around this 1618, because you have found support or resistance on it before, a little bit of support. You kind of disrespected it, but whatever. Showed some respect on it, more or less, here and there. So somewhere around, I would say somewhere around 3 cents to 2.3 cents. In that range is where I think you'll go. Probably around anywhere from like a 35 to a 45% drop from the current price. But first, I do think you go higher. A little bit higher, you form another lower high. It might be in succession with these. It might be not. It might not even touch that line. It goes up a little bit and then turns around. But I think immediate term up and then down, and then we could talk about good things. It's, you know, this thing has just gone down throughout its whole existence, which is kind of sad to see. That's not really encouraging. But to be fair, it came out, you know, its height was at the end of the bull market, so it's only known bear market times, and it sold off, and it's been kind of accumulating roughly since about December of last year, which makes sense. That's what most crypto has. So I have hopes for this thing. I do have hopes for this thing. If it was to go back to its all-time highs right now, how much of a price move would that be? That would be a 23x. Yeah, man, I think this thing definitely could see new all-time highs by the end of the bull market. Let's say it goes down to about 2.5 cents or something like that, 2.6 cents, sure. You could see prices that are above $2. Yeah, man. From the current price, that'd be a 60x. Maybe even you could even see a 100x. And if it goes lower, that growth is only there. You might not. It's possible that you might see lower highs, but I do like wax. If this is what I think it is, I think that there is potential for this thing. You know, we are at the end of our Shitcoin Showdown now, guys. That has been 5 coins in a little bit under an hour here, I think. So to wrap it all up, as I'm going to continue to do now throughout all these Shitcoin Showdowns, I'm going to name a winner of the coins. And you did not make it easy. You made it easy in the sense that I know what the 3 losers are. No offense to the homies out there, but I think ICP is a loser. Personally, I can be wrong on that. I think that OLAS is a loser too, and then I also think that what was the other one? TAO bit tensor. It makes me a bit tensor. I think it's a loser as well. I think all 3 of. I mean, bit tensor. It might not be. I will say of those 3, it might not be, but it could remain irrelevant. You know, I don't think it's a scam. I think the other 2 might be just scams, or just like maybe. I'm going in circles with my words here. Of all of them, I think that, what was it called? OLAS, to me, seems like the one that is a scam. I think it's a scam, but I don't know enough about it, so, you know, who knows. Bit Tensor, it seems like a small project. It seems like it seems a little bit more legitimate. It could be a scam too, or it might just be a project that never catches traction, you know, whatever. If it does catch traction, it's still got a pretty high market cap for being at such a low. Like, I'm surprised that it has a $200 and something million market cap for being such a nothing coin. It doesn't make sense to me, so I don't like to see that personally. But the website, you know, it looks a little bit more legit. But you can make legitimate looking websites and still have a scam. Out of all of them, I would say it's between WAXP or what was the first one that we talked about, or Unizen. And I don't know, man. If I had to guess, if I had to, like, with my gut here, go with it, I would say WAXP is probably the winner of this Shitcoin Showdown. But what a Shitcoin Showdown it has been. I'm not a big fan of any of these right now. I do think they all have lower lows to perform before going higher. You know, I guess, oh man, truthfully, the only one that has a decent chance of having its low right now would be Unizen, but it might not. You know, I'm kind of under the interpretation that they all do go lower, so I don't know. It's between Unizen and WAXP. I have a hard time. I'm gonna say WAXP. WAXP, you've got the Shitcoin Showdown medallion tonight, and that's I think where I'm going to leave it off. You know, I'm sorry if I lost anybody. I'm not sorry if I lost anybody. This is just the process. You know, it's the second time I've done one of these. I'm trying to work out the kinks I will try to consolidate it more, but there were a few coins on here that I just didn't know enough about, so I had to do some more in-depth research. Maybe I'll do that before I make the videos next time. I don't know. If you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more. I appreciate all of you for coming. Thank you for those of you who have stuck around to see it this far. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.